Welcome back. Another festive season is here. A lot of people will be driving to different parts of the country here and there. But safety, how safe will our roads be? Sometimes it's about knowing what to do at what time. And that's why we're having this conversation this morning, because there's someone who has taken it upon himself to actually come up with some measures, some thought-sharing developments to ensure that we are all safe, not just this season, but throughout. Imagine if the carnage on our roads were much less. We're joined by Richard Temenka. He is the RoadMaster. I'll be asking him about that name. And then Ernestina Adjo-Dika, Director, Communication and Community Engagement with the RoadMaster. Thank you for joining the conversation, Richard and Ernestina.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I was grateful having us here.
A short while ago, we had Ernest, and now we have Ernestina.
Oh,
so back to back members on there. So let's start with the RoadMaster. How did it come about? How did you get that name for yourself and for this project you're working on?
Okay, so RoadMaster came by. One day I was there, then I felt someone should be in charge of the road. Yes, so if someone is in charge of the road, the person must be a master. And the person must understand the game of the road. I'm a police officer,
Right.
and I work with the MTTD, and I understand the nature of the road. I understand the culture of drivers, pedestrians, and all road users. So the team came up. We are young professionals. We have doctors, we have nurses. Tina is a journalist. So we decided to put a RoadMaster together to champion this cause. And that is how come we got this name, RoadMaster.
There's something way back, because I like rice, something some of my friends used to tease me back then. Do you remember Rice Master?
Yes, the rice
Bags
master.
of rice.
Yes.
So this actually reminded me of that, because people would tease me with that I loved rice too much. But
Okay.
Brilliant initiative, because like we have seen over the years, the carnage on our roads has just been, it's been out there. I think this year we've recorded a bit of a slower, in terms of casualties, fatalities, accidents and I think in recent times too, we are doing a bit better when it comes to the motorbikes. I wouldn't say Okada alone, because there are the Aboboyas, there are the motorbikes, private and, public. But coming to you, Ernestina, you're also a professional. And like you said, there are many of you who are professionals on board. What got you on board this project?
First of all, let me say he's my friend, and I wanted to share my expertise with him. So when he shared the idea with me, I felt it was brilliant, and I was in a position to assist him in whatever he wanted to do. So I used to work with the Ghana News Agency, and we invited him over to one of our stakeholder engagements where he talked about the road, the accidents, the rates and all that. And I wrote a story on it, and I felt the story was to send a message to people out there. So if I, as a journalist, I'm also able to put this news out there for people to read, and also to influence their behavior, their attitude change towards how they drive recklessly on the road and all that, I felt I was also making an impact in the community through his initiative. So that was why I joined.
That got you on board.
Yes.
How many people are we looking at who are part of this project, the RoadMaster project? And what would you say so far have been the gains of bringing all these people together to prevent the carnage on our roads?
Okay, so with the nurses, the doctors, and journalists on board, the teachers. So the RoadMaster goes around various schools, especially within the Tema enclave. We educate kids how to cross the road. You could see that Ghanaian kids don't know how to cross the road.
A lot of the time when we're on hand,
people
it's either you are driving and you stop, and you have to signal the people behind you to stop as well. Else someone will hit them.
Good.
Or if you are walking, you actually hold their hands and help them.
That is it. So people cross the road at their own convenience, and some of them, you see them using their mobile phones whilst crossing.
Jaywalking
and all those things amounts to some level of offenses. So we started educating them through the communities, the schools, and it's yielding some results. And you see, there are police interventions. The National Police Headquarters brought some intervention, Operation Parry, and all those pals, they are all working. But we need to accept this project as our project. If we accept this project as our project, I collate data at our end. And what we identified was crashes that happen as a result of vehicles running through the red light dropped so low.
Wow.
You don't experience those crashes. So that means the PARI project worked. Where are the crashes coming from, especially with the motorbikes?
Before you go on, what is the PARI project?
The PARI is the police action against riders in discipline. Okay, that is the PARI project. So these riders, they are not being crashed at the intersection again, the traffic intersection, because when the traffic light is red, they stop. We all see it, it's visible. We all see it. But they get crashed whilst riding within the township and in the highways. What accounts for this? Most of these riders ride in the middle.
Yeah.
Some ride at the edge of the road. Now, the riders are to ride as other vehicles do.
Yeah.
And now, when those riders are ahead of those vehicles, we, the drivers, we keep blowing horns at them to leave the road.
Yeah.
So, in course of doing all those things, and if we respect these riders, and the riders ride ahead of us in their lane as other vehicles do, I think some of these carnages will be reduced.
That's a very important point to make.
Yes.
Especially with what I've noticed, the Aboboya, for example, the tricycles.
Yes.
They often overload and then they are so heavy and they are going at a snail pace. Yes. And you see that they have blocked a number of people and then they're honking. That's where you usually see that.
Yes.
And this point must be reinforced as well. A lot of the time, like you said, they should be riding in the same lanes.
Yes.
They ride in the middle and sometimes even worse. They know you're going to turn and they ride to your right side.
Good.
One happened to me before. If it weren't, I was going into church. If it weren't for being very aware,
yes,
I would have. And he knew it was his fault.
Yeah.
Because where he passed, you see, and I actually looked through my rear view mirror. You see the person on your left. Within a second, the person he was trying to overtake, and he had gone to my right. And was so all those dynamics are in there, and hopefully you are by this. You are teaching all of us to be well.
Yes, they are part of the road. The motorbikes are part of the road. They pay the road tolls as we all do. Yeah. Insurance, they do all those things. So what we need to do again is the Ghanaian driver is always tailgating. The Ghanaian driver is always tailgating.
Please explain the tailgating so that everyone will understand what we are.
It's when you are following the vehicle, what in the local parlance they call bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
There's no need. You see, a driver can be driving ahead of you, all of a sudden suffer stroke.
Yeah.
He can suffer stroke, or he can go off, or the vehicle can even go off. Yeah. Or there's an obstruction ahead of him, and he is obliged to stop, or he stops. The next
what's the figure again? Is it 5 meters?
No, at least 20 meters on the highway. At least 20, 30 meters, yes. Okay. Because you need to stop when there need be. When there's an obstruction and someone stop abruptly, you need to manage and stop. That is what we call the overall stopping distance. You need to keep it. At least a 30-meter distance is not.
You remind me of the Tema motorway. Hey!
You see, the motorway, it's bad. But what accounts for all this? Yes, so that one is another
it's a discussion on its own.
On its own. Right. But we need, in all this, we need to keep this road safe. Especially, we are coming from the Tema Enclave. Yeah. So, RoadMaster is having this program on the Saturday, 25th, bringing all these drivers together from various companies. They are all coming. And as you are coming there, you're coming to have some kinky party as well.
Kinky fest.
Yes, kinky fest. So
come and learn and eat at the same time.
Come and learn and eat at the same time. The DVLA will be there. Some of these drivers and riders, for whatever reason, they fail to visit the DVLA to renew their licenses and all those type of services. Yeah. So we are bringing the DVLA, the iCare, we are bringing them to the event ground for them to regularize their documents. Okay. Then, one thing I keep telling my commercial drivers, a very responsible driver will live long on this road. Now, who is a responsible driver? A driver is a driver who drives well, have some culture of saving. If you don't have money, that is when you want to go 3-4 times a day for long journeys. Yeah. So we bring in even banks on board so that these banks will register them, open accounts for them, savings account for them. Then when they go for their trips, they come, they save their money. So when you have some form of money, at least you see that
want to endanger yourself.
You don't want to endanger yourself. So Bank of Africa partnered us, Ghana Commercial Bank did same, and finally SNIT, the Tema Community 2 SNIT, said no, let's come on board, give these people some form of pension arrangements. So all this will be done at the RoadMaster event at the Chemu Park. Okay. So this is what we want to do.
Is that around the Chemu school?
Yes, that's where they use for the market those days when the COVID time. So when we do this, when we keep Tema alone safe, Tema is hub of transport. Yeah. When we keep Tema alone safe, it's good. Then lastly, one thing I want to say is when these drivers who also overload their trucks, we make them understand that loading this truck is making it difficult for you to drive.
And even wearing the road.
That is one cause why, that's why our motorway is in the state.
Yeah, yeah.
So when we tell them this, at least it will conscientize them for them to know that no, if the vehicle is lighter, you can control it.
Yeah. Pretty important points that are being made. I am so excited already. Will you be there tomorrow? Will you be there for the program, Ernestina?
Yes, I'll be there. I'll be giving the welcome address, actually.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah, so, I mean, we've been doing everything about the program, so I have to be there. It's a must for me. And let me also add, there's an insurance company also coming on board, Ghana Union Assurance, so that our drivers who do not have insurance for their cars can insure their cars over there as well. We have Guinness Ghana also sponsoring us. And also, I want to say a big thank you to Multimedia as well for partnering with us to, put this message out there to reach as many drivers as much as possible to come and learn and be trained. It's a workshop, so they will not be leaving empty-handed. We have Engine Ghana, who is also sponsoring us. They'll be giving us reflectors to give to these drivers. Because we noticed that one thing Timenka taught me was in the night, our street lights don't work. So let me not say some of them. And sometimes it becomes very dark. So what we should have are reflectors so that in the middle of the night, whilst you are driving or whilst you are even walking on the road, you wear these reflectors. When a car is coming and it throws its light on you, you will see that there is a figure or there is an individual walking on the road. Because you can cross at any time, anything can happen on the road. So we just want people to be safe. We know Christmas is coming. We want everybody to enter into 2024 election year, and we need the numbers. So, so we need everybody.
We need our lives for ourselves first.
Yeah, so we need everybody. Everybody must be alive. A parent must be alive for their children because you have to be alive to take care of them. A child must also be alive for the family. Right. So it's a collaborative thing we are doing with everybody. Okay.
So you talk about all of these programs. The drivers, is it anybody? If you're outside the Tema,
road driver, come. Yes, even pedestrian come because you need to learn how to cross the road. Right. We need to tell you how to cross the road, and we'll tell you the figures. Some of the figures we'll take it from the police, and the police commander, the regional MTTD commander, Superintendent Amwa, will be there to brief us on the gains so far. Because some of these interventions by the National Police Office, they need to tell us the outcomes so far, and that we need to
know where we are.
We are.
And how we can get to where we want to go.
How we can make it better.
We have to go, but in 20 seconds, final words. Ernestina, I'll start with you. Final words.
Yes. Fellow Ghanaians and everybody out there, this is RoadMaster Ghana, and we are inviting you to our Kenke Fest, our Kenke party, which is happening on 25th November, which is tomorrow. So we are inviting you to the Chemu Park Community 7. It's not a place that you would get lost. Just find your way to Community 7 and ask for the Chemu Park. and we are starting the program at 10 a.m. Everybody is welcome. Everybody, drivers, pedestrians, citizens, residents, everybody is invited. We've invited some of our MPs as well. Some figures are coming. We'll be having the DVLA, as he said. People are coming to teach you on how to be safe on your road. Christmas is coming. Come, learn. And our team, which says you should
drive safe.
No, drive smart. Stay safe, and we are uniting for safer journeys. We are all coming together so that we'll have safer journeys as we enter into 2024.
For you, Richard?
There's a journey ahead of us. Most of us want to be successful. Most of us want to be prosperous. If you don't live, or if you don't lead a life that will keep you alive, you won't achieve it.
Right.
The lives of Terry are gone. Terry Bochaka, they are gone. Today we'll have been having some beautiful dancehall. But where is he? We need to keep these people alive.
Right.
We need to keep everybody alive. The RoadMaster is here to stay. Thank you for your support.
The RoadMaster is here to stay. I'll say this, even if you just want to eat the kenke, you come. You will learn something and then you take it from there. Those who joined us for this conversation, Richard Temenka, of course, the RoadMaster, and Ernestina Ajo Dika, Director, Communication and Community Engagement with the RoadMaster. They both joined us for this conversation. Well, up next, the Presbyterian Boys SHS, that is PRESEC, the 1998 year group, is celebrating 25 years of graduating from senior high school. Ahead of that, they have some plans. They'll be engaging us on the show right after the break.